I'm Patricia, 77. Sitting in my beautiful penthouse, I'm filled with gratitude as I look back on the events that have shaped my life. It's been 5 years since that fateful vacation, and so much has changed. I remember the day like it was yesterday. We were at the farewell dinner in the hotel's most exclusive private dining room. I stood up slowly, my heart pounding, and walked towards my daughter-in-law, Lily. Actually, Lily, I said, my voice calm but firm, it's time we had an honest conversation. The table fell silent, and Lily looked up at me with irritation. Little did she know that her world was about to crumble. I had built my hotel empire from the ground up. After my husband passed away when my son, Henry, was just 15, I started with a small guest house. I worked tirelessly, 20-hour days, cleaning, managing bookings, and gradually expanding until I owned 20 properties across 4 states. But I always kept my business life separate from my family, hoping Henry would love me for who I was, not what I owned. When Henry suggested a family vacation to the Seaside Paradise Resort, one of my most prized possessions, I was overjoyed. I thought it would be a chance to bond with my family, especially Lily, who had always been distant during their 7-year marriage. The drive to the resort was long. I sat in the back seat, listening as Henry and Lily discussed their plans for spa treatments, golf outings, and fancy dinners, completely ignoring me. When I tried to join the conversation, Lily would give me short, dismissive answers, and Henry would act like I wasn't even there. I should have seen the signs, but I was so desperate for family connection that I ignored them. When we arrived at the resort, Lily demanded the penthouse suite. When the front desk manager, Lucy, informed us that it was unavailable, Lily lost her temper. "Do you know who we are?" she snapped. "I specifically requested the penthouse." I tried to intervene, but that's when she turned on me. "Don't you dare speak," she screamed. "Sarah, don't listen to this old woman. She's just the help we brought along." The lobby fell silent, and I felt humiliation wash over me. And then, to my utter disbelief, Henry threw back his head and laughed. The next few days were a nightmare. Lily treated me like a servant, ordering me to watch our grandchildren, Ava and Ethan, while she and Henry went off to enjoy themselves. Ava and Ethan, influenced by Lily, also saw me as a nobody. Ava once asked me, "Grandma, does Mom say you used to be a cleaner?" Ethan added, "Mom says you make up stories because you're poor." Their words cut deep, but I tried to stay strong. One day, while Lily and Henry were supposed to be on a day trip to a nearby vineyard, I overheard their conversation in a poolside cabana. Lily was saying, "She's getting old, and old people don't live forever. Everything will be ours eventually." Henry agreed. "She's broke, living off our charity. This vacation is such a pain." They laughed about how I was a burden and how they couldn't wait for me to be gone. I was devastated. That's when I decided to take action. I called my lawyer, Mr. Thompson, who had been with me for 20 years. I also asked Lucy to prepare a detailed report of all the charges Henry's family had made to my credit cards. Over the next few days, I watched as Lily's cruelty and Henry's complicity became more and more evident. When Ava scraped her knee in the pool, instead of comforting her, Lily blamed me. That was the last straw. On the final day, at the dinner, I revealed my true identity. "Ladies and gentlemen," I said, "I'm Patricia, the owner and founder of the Seaside Hospitality Group. This hotel, the meals you're enjoying, everything belongs to me." I pulled out documents showing my net worth of $50 million and the $75,000 in unauthorized charges Henry and Lily had made in the past year. Lily tried to explain, but I cut her off. "Explain how you've humiliated me, poisoned my grandchildren against me, and planned to abandon me?" I said. Henry pleaded with me, but I knew this was no misunderstanding. I called the police, and they arrested them for credit card fraud and financial elder abuse. The legal proceedings were swift. Henry and Lily's attorney, paid for by my money, advised them to accept a plea agreement. They were banned from all my properties, their credit cards were canceled, and they had to sell their house and move into a small apartment. 3 months later, I received a letter from Lily, asking for forgiveness. But I knew it was just another attempt to access my resources. Instead, I sold two of my smaller hotels and established the Patricia Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to preventing elder abuse. My grandson, Ethan, has become a source of hope. 2 years after the confrontation, he applied for a scholarship at the foundation. In his essay, he wrote about wanting to study business and hospitality management and how he wanted to make things right. We talked on the phone, and now he visits me every weekend and works part-time at the foundation. Ava has also started calling me occasionally, tentative conversations that give me hope for the future. Henry sent me a letter on my 77th birthday, a real apology filled with remorse. I haven't decided if I'll ever see him again. The hurt runs deep, but watching Ethan grow into a man of integrity gives me hope that redemption is possible. The Seaside Paradise Resort thrives under Lucy's management, and the foundation has helped over 2,000 seniors reclaim their lives and dignity. I've learned that you teach people how to treat you. For years, I let Henry and Lily use me without consequences. But when I finally set boundaries and demanded respect, everything changed. I'm 77 years old, and I've never been happier. I'm surrounded by people who value me for who I am, and I wake up every morning excited about the work ahead.